Hello, my name is Sean, and I'll be doing a tutorial on the Swan. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, don't worry. I got this under control. I can place that down. There we go, fixed. So, the Swan is basically a pseudo-needy. Doesn't require any edge work. And it'll have a timer of 108 seconds, and every 108 seconds you need to press the execute button with the correct code in order to not get a strike from it. If the full 108 seconds comes down and you didn't enter anything, then a strike will incur. And if you insert the wrong code and whatnot, you'll also get a strike. So, and notice there's no backspace button, so be careful when entering. The keypad right here is always randomized, so be sure to enter the right stuff. So, what does the diffuser have to do? He or she has to enter code that's always going to stay the same. It's 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. At 40 seconds, an alarm will sound, kind of like a beeping sound that you'll hear in a second. So, at this time, they can enter the code 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42 during the middle of these 40 seconds. And then at 20 seconds, you'll hear the alarm gets louder and becomes blaring. At 10 seconds, the alarm gets more frequent, like every second. So, press execute. So you're probably asking, why don't you just preset it? I can't. I can't enter anything until it happens at the 40 seconds. So each time you enter the code and push the button, a system reset will be initiated and the timer will restart. But it is vital that you keep track the number of times the system has been reset, as this information is used to disarm the module. So the number of resets we have is 1 so far. And if we let a strike happen and whatnot, if it strikes for any reason whatnot, that is not a reset. So, what we're going to do here is, well, I'm going to set up a bunch of wire modules, cut the screen out, and we'll wait till at around 40%, or at least the bomb timer happens at 3 minutes and whatnot. Hold on, let me get this. 16, 3, 2, execute that. So we got 2 resets. So, around 40% of the modules on the bomb has been completed, or when the bomb has 3 minutes remaining, a different set of keypads appear, which all have letters and maybe a couple numbers, and that's when you have to start calculating the solution to the module, in which you'll follow these rules and these exceptions and whatnot. So what I'm going to do now is going to cut the screen, and we're going to cut right here till we get to the actual solving of the module. And we're back. So the total amount of resets I have is 3. So we'll of course let it get a strike and whatnot, because we're going to go through these rules one by one. So we got resets number 3. If the number of resets does not appear on any sequence, 3 does appear, so that's going to be false. If the number of resets multiplied by 8, so we take 3 to multiply by 8, that's 24, is within 2 of any number in this case binomial spiral. In this case, binomial spiral is this. So we look for 24, that's within 3, and so that's no. If the third number of each sequence when added to a number of resets yields a composite number, which means anything not 1 and it's not a prime number. So let's see, third. See, 3 plus 27 is 30, which is composite. 3 plus 6 is 9, that's composite. 3 plus 5 is 8, which is composite. And finally, 3 plus 11 is 14, which is also composite. So the third rule applies. So and do third rule. We're just going to let that go. Don't worry about it. We're just going by these very slow, so we understand. Which means if the third number of each sequence when added yields a composite number, which means all of them has to yield a composite number, at least when adding to the third number of each sequence. So in this case, adding 3 to each third number does yield a composite number, so the third rule applies. If the number resets appear on more than one sequence, let's see, 15, 3, 1, and then we have 9. So only the third rule applies. And of course, there's exceptions. And you'll get to see what happens when the actual thing goes down to a full 108. It'll give you a system failure and then reset from 108. Again, I can't enter anything unless we reach the, what is it called? Only reach the 4 seconds. So if no rules apply, that's not true. We got a third rule that applies. If more than one rule applies, no. And if the number of resets is 25 or greater, which is also wrong. So for the third rule, we're going to enter SWN, which is these 3. So we can wait 30 seconds. So how's your day? Is it going well? Well, I could probably do some wire modules here to keep the ball rolling. So more than one. Oh no, that's just the 5th. Last wire is black. Exactly 1 red. No black wires. Cut the first wire. 5 wires again. Last wire is black. Exactly 1. No black. There's a black. Cut the first. 3 wires. No red. Last wire is white. More than 1 blue. Oh, there it goes. So we press SWN and execute. And it takes you to this very cool visual. And module solved. Very cool module. So I'm just gonna skip ahead again and we'll do this again. And we're back again. This time I got 2 resets. So we're gonna go through these very fast. Number of resets doesn't appear. No, we got that multiply. So we got 16, and we gotta look at Rendinsky. 16. Goes with 15. So second rule applies. Third rule of the sequence when added. So 29. No. If the number of resets appear more than 1. No, so only the second rule applies. And because only one rule applies, we're actually only going to do that rule. So for that one, we're going to do hatch this time. So let's wait till it comes back down again. So here it goes again. And that should be the answer. Gives us a nice visual again. So we're going to cut the screen again and we'll receive to the next one, shall we? And we're back again. This time I have 8 resets. So if the number of resets do not appear on any sequence, 8, 8, 8. Okay, so the first rule applies. If the number of results multiplied by 8, I mean, is within 2 of any number, so 64, no, it's not 2 within any of those numbers. Third number of each sequence, so we're going to add each one. That's 35, that's a composite. That's 14, that's a composite. 13, that's a prime number, so no. If the number of resets appear on more than one sequence, no, they appear on none. So only the first one applies. So for the first one, we have to enter Dharma. D-H-A-R-N-M-A. I kind of want to go through the exceptions, but I haven't been real lucky. I've tried to keep it at a good pace and had 40%, but apparently I want to add 7 resets, but looks like I'm going to do it at 8 resets. So D H A R M A execute. And that should be it for that one. So we're going to do this again. And this time I think I'll cut off the screen. But before I do, I'll go over some of the exceptions. So if exactly one rule apply, just follow that rule. If none of the rules apply, you enter Swan. If more than one rule did apply, enter Hitch. And finally, and this is usually the unicorn rule, if the number of resets is 25 or greater, just enter 77. Which is not a rule that you don't usually fall into, but it still can happen if you're running a very large bomb and have a dedicated team. So actually, instead of cutting the screen going off, I'll skip to the part where I need the numbers and I'll tell you how many resets I have. So I'm going to cut the screen once more. So I'll see you in about a second. And we're back. So the number of resets that I have is 4. So start doing your calculations. All right, I got my answer. And 3, 2, 1. This is the trick one because none of these rules apply. So the exception follows. If no rules apply, you just enter Swan. If that is if I did my math right here. 4 times 8 is 32. That's none of these. It's not 2 within. If you add 4 to this third sequence right here, it equals 31. And I think 31 is a prime number. So anyway, we're going to enter Swan. It's W-A-N. Enter it. And that is the correct answer. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And until next time, keep talking and don't explode.